Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Mind Your Biz Not Eat. And if this is your first time, welcome. If it's not your first time, but you are a returning customer, returning visitor, welcome too. So anyways, today I want to go over what to expect on a first date. I am here to let you know I have probably been on 100 first dates. You know, 50 first dates, whatever you want to call it. I've been on a lot of them, right? So I feel like I've seen a lot of what men on this earth have to offer on the first date, and I'm going to highlight it and let you know. Now, these are 3 things I want to hit on immediately that you need to know when you are going on your first date with a gentleman. This is someone that you don't know. This is someone you possibly met from the internet, whether it was your DMs, whether it was a specific dating app, or he just found you on Facebook and started messaging you. Said, you look like someone I used to work with. No, I don't. Anyways, so just some highlights, okay? Girl, this man can come on your first date and not tell you beforehand, but he is expecting to split the bill with you. And he will tell you only when the bill comes, because he doesn't have the money to pay for your half. Now, if he would have told you that out the gate, you would be like, cool, it's no problem, it's the first date. But when he doesn't highlight that and let you know, you're expecting to get your date paid for. Not to say that you were going on a date to only get it paid for, a meal, but 9 times out of 10, your first date with any man, he's gonna pay for it, right? But when he pops up and tells you, hey, I only got enough money for my half, he is still going to expect a kiss on a first date. This happened to me, and when he came, reached in for a kiss, I laughed, and he felt so defeated. But I'm like, why would you expect me to kiss you? And I had to pay for my own hot dogs. Okay, we didn't eat hot dogs. We actually went to a nice fancy restaurant. It was like Sarasota or somewhere in the Panhandle, Florida. I don't know where Sarasota is, but it's one of them nice places in Panhandle. It was really nice. But I paid for my own meal. You never gonna see me again. Okay. Number 2. This man pays for the first date, but I want to let you know he has used all his extra money for the week to pay for this first date. He's a brokey. The only way that you know this is when you guys go out on your second date, and maybe beforehand, or maybe even when it's time to pay for the movies or get popcorn or whatever. He says, I actually only had money for that date, that first date. You know, would it be okay if you were to pay for this one? No problem, especially if it was the first thing he said before we went out on a second date. But in my mind, and yours too, you should be thinking, this man is not stable enough to date me, his mama, his daddy, nobody, a frog, nobody. Now, if you hear some noise in the background, I live in the country, in the sticks, in the suburbs, and behind me is Bambi and stuff like that. So there's this noise. I think it's a bullfrog. You might hear it. It sounds like a squeaking noise. I don't know, but I ain't going outside to look to see what it is though. Anyways, third most important thing you need to know. When you go on a first date, I want you to know the type of date is a test. If a man invites you out for coffee or Jamba Juice or a smoothie, he's not looking for nothing serious. Number 1, he wants to see how fine you are if you actually match your pictures. Okay, why would you not think that? Anyways, but apparently a lot of men have been catfish. And usually if they say it's the weight is don't match the pictures, but whatever. Okay, you should have FaceTimed. Anyways, so if it's coffee, if it's Jamba Juice, smoothie, salad bar, I don't know, he is trying to gauge to see if he even likes you enough to pay for a real meal. Or he's not serious about nothing and he just wants to see, are you actually fine enough for me to actually get to know you? I'm telling you, those coffee dates, Jamba Juice dates is not nothing serious. If I were you, I wouldn't even go waste your time. Because for us, we're going to put on our face a nice outfit. Maybe not, but for me, that's what I'm going to do. You wasting my time if you're trying to get me coffee. I can get coffee myself, okay? Anyways, isn't coffee free like at Burger King or something? Anyway, so if it's not a coffee date, Jamba Juice date, if it's somewhere where he's trying to test you by taking you to the gym, that's another example of a brokey. And I want you to be mindful of that. It's not a flex to see how much you can lift or how bad he can make you sweat on a first day at the gym. That nigga don't have no money. brokey. I don't think a gym is ever a date. Like, you stink. People are there to get, I don't know, mentally decompress. I know that's what I'm doing. I'm not there to see let you see how cute I am. Because also they want to see your booty in them sweatpants or whatever, stretch pants. It's giving creep and broke. It's giving you'll never talk to me again. You never see me again. Okay. What's the next one? And finally, if he decides to take you out on like just a dinner date, you can tell that he is putting in some effort. So just be mindful, the type of date is a test. And also, it's sadly that even if it's a dinner date, it doesn't mean he's very serious about you. But he maybe he likes your conversation and he does want to see you in person and in the nice ambiance. So just be mindful of the testing a man will put you through before he even meets you. First date expectations, okay? We haven't even started the video yet, but I started it. But anyway, so this is what I want you to do when you go on that first date. Dress how you feel like you want to dress, okay? Now, I don't have regrets in life, okay? But one time, I went on a date. I met this guy at the gym, right? Very handsome. Our birthdays, we either had the same birthday or we were one day apart. And we was vibing. He asked me out. We went to dinner. I literally... I shouldn't have did this, but I literally just showed up today, black long sleeve Patagonia shirt with like capri jogger stretch pants. This is back in the day. So this is back in the day when they had the jogger type of stretch pants on the back as said like a word. My word said candies. And I wore some Skechers. He came out with a button down sweater vest, like the Argyle sweater vest, slacks, some Stacey Adams loafers. I was not even expecting that. I was not expecting that. And he might have been like he was either 1 or 2 years younger than me. I really thought this was just like a first date, but I didn't think it was anything serious. He never talked to me after that. And we had a good time. Never talked to me again. And I think it's because of the way I showed up on the first date. And it probably made him think that I wasn't serious about him. Well, if God wanted me to date you, I would have showed up with a dress. But, there's that. Anyway, so if you don't know what the type of date it is, maybe have some sneakers or some slides or some sandals in your trunk. But hopefully the man will tell you what type of first date it is. And also, it may be good to ask, what are you planning to wear? So you know how to match his flow, his flex, whatever, Don't do what I did, okay? But also at the same time, wear what you want to wear. Like if you are not really feeling it, like one time I went to a date with no eyelashes, no like falsies, and I still bagged him. I mean, he was still in love with me. He still thought I was beautiful. Just duh. But I had a dress on though, so my hair was done. I was so tired from the work day. I did not want to put on some lash glue, But I still hit it up anyways. Wear what you want, but also just be mindful maybe to ask the gentleman what we are doing and what he's going to wear, because that is going to set the tone for the first date, okay? Ooh, this is what I want you to really do. Number 2, I want you to ask questions. If you don't really know this person, let's say you met him at the gym, you guys didn't really have any time to talk, he really asked you out for the very next day for a date. Ask all the questions you can ask. Don't be like, it's called a chatty patty or whatever, but let the conversation flow. And don't tell him a lot of your business either, but ask him questions so you can see how serious he is. You want to ask him like, when was your last relationship? What did you do to heal, to get over her? What did you do to get over that divorce? Are you currently divorced? Are you going through a divorce? How many children do you have? How many children do you want? Like, you need to know if you guys are in the same wavelength, same mindset. First date. There's no playing in this. There's no fugazi. And then you will be able to tell by his mannerisms, by the way he looks to you in your eyes, if he is serious or not. If he's given like what you want to be gave. Okay. Also, let him ask questions and so he can see where your mindset is at. But one thing I want to highlight on when it comes to this part of asking questions, you really want to see if this man, by listening to what he says, is really over his ex. You want to know if he really did the counseling, if he really did spent time by himself, if he really isolated so he can elevate, right, and get rid of that desperation and frustration, and see if he was dedicated to himself, to really healing. If it's not like he got the gift of gab, that nigga lying to you, okay, period. He didn't do nothing besides slide into the next DMs, got into the next, and then moved on. But he still did not get over what he been through. Just because you got out of something doesn't mean you got over something. Let that sink in, okay? Also, this is the end of the video here. What you need to look out for, okay? So I wrote this stuff down, stuff that happened to me. If this man has a beautiful specimen that is God's handiwork, you in front of him, and he still looks at everyone's behind that walks past, that's a hoe. That's not your husband. He's not serious. He's there for only sex. He don't want you. He wants you, but he don't want you. That's your friend. Any man that looks at another woman's butt in front of a girl that he's dating, or even his girlfriend, is disgusting. Okay? Or he wants something that is not on you, or he's just nasty hoe. Now, apparently, men can't not look at booties, but they sure can. They can control their urges, and this is a clear sign that if he can't look at someone else's butt when he's with you, he can't control his urge. He will cheat. He is not opposed to cheating and do something behind your back. So watch a man's eyes when he's with you on that first date. First date tell you everything, girl. Okay. Next, if he tries to sleep with you on the first date, he a whore. He don't mean you know well. Now, unless this is what you're trying to do, get down and have sex on the first date, which I don't know. Don't do it. It's going to be a disaster. You're going to be wasting your time, okay? Unless you want to do that, but I would not advise to do that. That's just not for us ladies in 2025 or any year before or after, okay? If he tries to sleep with you on first date, he's a whore. He's not there for you. He don't care about your mental health. Obviously he doesn't care, right? He doesn't know you. But if he tries to even, girl, move on. That's not the one for you. That's not the one nor the two for you. All right. And also, if he says anything super hypersexual, touches you, like any man that I think touches me, like whether it's on my thigh, his hand kind of goes below the waist. He is there. It's not a good sign. Not on the first date. Nigga, you don't know me. Keep your hands to yourself. Okay. This is not the playground ever. But if he's doing stuff that seems like kind of sexual or could be sexual, he's probably a predator and he's not the one for you. So anyways, I hope that these tidbits and keys and numbers and highlights and tips, it will help you for when you go on your first date with someone that you do not know, and so that you aren't wasting your time, so you know what to look out for and to protect yourself. So see you on the next video.